Ciao guys, my name is Anna, I'm currently in LCP Finance, and this is Pierre, your future finance, future amministratore.
Ciao ragazzi, welcome everybody to this amazing space. What is the goal of this space is to make you aware of the financial management of your SC. What kind of revenues we can have? Consider that we can divide our operation into main group that are outgoing operation and incoming operation, for which the kind of customer that we have are different. For outgoing operation, we are talking about students or about young people that they become members of our organization before leaving. So those kind of revenues, we talk of them about ricavi istituzionali, because they came out from what is our core activity from our statuto. Starting from this year, we also have a membership fee that our members they need to pay. That is €5 for each member of the organization. Taking consideration that also people that they are going to leave for an OGX opportunity, they are supposed to be member of the organization, so they need to pay the €5 of membership fee. Then, for regarding our IGB projects, the stakeholders are different because are schools, NGOs, other kind of organization. They are our customer. We pay IVA on the partnership that we sign with them. So those kind of partnership, their name is ricavi commerciali, because we pay IVA on them. All of your SC, they have a bank account. And then we have bank account of the entity. On your SC bank account, you will receive mainly revenues from OGX and revenues that you have from your members. So, for example, conferences. And then you have revenues for ICX. They arrive on MC master account. So you use them usually, most of the time, you use them to cover the MC fee that you have to pay. According to our current financial model, you have to pay two kind of fee. One is monthly, that is the supportive one. One is quarterly, you have to pay it on the second month of each quarter. That is the basic fee. This covers a lot of costs that the entity is going to have, that you are going to go deeper and discover at the proper time.
So what is your budget? Budget is your operational plan in numbers. Your exchange goals are converted into money, and of course all your plan for strategy, for investment is converted also into money and investments that you're going to have. So before you start your term, you should already have a draft budget for the whole term. So it's not that you start your term and you start to create your budget, but it should be ready before your term, and it should be approved by MCVP Finance. Then you have to update your planned budget every month with the actual numbers, what actually happened, which revenues you had and costs you had. You review your budget every quarter. And another important thing, that your budget should be planned in profit.
And now, accountancy, raga! All the expenses, all the costs, and all the revenue that we have, they need to be legally recorded. So, for our costs, we are going to have a fattura to put them into the accountancy. Or if it's not possible to have a fattura, we are going to have a ricevuta fiscale. About our revenues, we are going to have a fattura that we send to our partners. For our institutional revenues, so OGX, membership fee, and revenue for conferences, we are going to have a ricevuta for ricavi istituzionali that you are going to upload into your monthly accountancy.
Ciao guys, so we will talk here about cash flow management. What is cash flow? Cash flow is your incomes and your expenses. Easy. Question: can ISIC survive and exist without money? It can, but our performance will be very, very poor. So first of all, we have to have resources. Then the question: is it enough just to have money on our bank account or no? Of course no, because money should work. Money shouldn't just lay in the bank account and make finance happy and LCP happy. No, they should work. Okay, then another thing. Let's say money works, we spend money. Is it enough? No. You should spend money in a very smart way. You should make strategic investments in order to support your operations, to work on exchange, and to boost exchange. Please be very responsible to your resources, to money that you have on the bank account, because it's not money of LC, it's money of ISIC Italia, of the whole entity. Talking about the cash flow, there are some rules. First rule is to engage your membership. What it means? Make your EB aware of your financial goals that you have in terms of incomes, in terms of expenses. Make them aware of their contribution and their impact in terms of finance. Convert their operational goals to financial too, so they see the connection. Align financial plan with operation plan. What it means? So if you see that this month you have to pay 2,000 euros of fee, 200 euros for marketing investment and 800 euros for the conference, make sure that your operational goals are, 2 approvals in OGV, 3 in OGT, and 2 realizations in AGV are enough to cover the cost that you have for this month. Another rule is define your revenue center and your cost center. Revenue center is your main source of revenues. You have to know which program is your money cow, and of course pay attention not to drop in this product, not to drop in this program. For some LCs, of course, it's OGV. For some LCs, it's IGV, for example, Trento. As I said, you have to define your cost center. What is your cost center? Is your major expenses that should happen, that have to happen, and you can't really cut them. So, of course, the first thing that comes to our mind is MC fee, that is peak, that is essential to pay, and you can't cut it. So please make sure, be aware of what is your cost center, on which cost you should work to cover it. Okay, we are working with the cash flow, but how to measure if our work is enough? How to measure if our LC is sustainable? Do we have enough money or no? How to understand if financially we worked good this month or no? So first thing, as I said, every month you should have a financial goal. Of course, every month your LP Finance have to provide you plan achieved of the budget. How to make it is just like to divide your achieved goal for the month to the planned goal for the month. For example, we plan to have 1,000 euros of profit, but we had 500 euros of profit, and budget achievement is 50%. And then you need to analyze why it happened. Is it because we didn't perform enough, or we have a bad credit management, or maybe everything was fine but we spent too much money and we didn't track our costs very well, and we have this result. So you have to analyze this thing. And as LCPs, it's very important to ask this information from your VP Finance to use it for next decisions and what next action steps. Another index that we use to estimate for cash flow management and for financial management in general of LC is liquidity index. What it means to be liquid? It means if we stop operations now, we have enough of resources, we have enough of money to cover our future expenses and future investments. So how to estimate it? Your VP Finance should know how to estimate it. LCPs should know how to interpret this index and how to use it for decision making and for management of the LC. So if liquidity index is less than 1, it means that you don't have enough of resources to cover next cost in your budget and next investments. If your liquidity index is equal to 1, it means that you have money just to cover your planned cost, but if something happens extra, emergency, you don't have this money, and probably you will be in a very bad situation because you don't have any airbag. And if this liquidity index is more than 1, it means that you are in a very good situation. If something happens, you are safe, you have money just in case to cover it. Cool. So the main goal of LCP finance is to increase the liquidity of your LCP. So these are two indexes that two measurements that we always use is monthly profit and loss plan achieved of the budget and liquidity index. But as I said, cash flow, like money should move into the organization, from the organization, in order to work and to bring the extra value to support operations. So what it means that it's time to talk about investments. What's the difference between investments and costs? It's very easy. Investment is a cost that brings money back. So for example, if we buy a ping pong table into the office, it will not bring us money back. But if we buy flyers for marketing promotion, that probably will bring us money back, because we will attract people, we will have applicants, and then we will convert them to approvals. And for OGV and OGT, money comes from approval, so yay, the goal is achieved. Again, investment is a cost that brings money back. Cost that we have is just we spend money on organizational maintenance, but it doesn't bring us money back. For example, bank fee, general administration, rent of the office. Capito. Okay, which types of investments we have? So HR investments, it can be sending the members to the conference, giving them free educational courses, inviting the educational partners. So investing in members in any different ways. And the investment that is a priority for this term is marketing investment. Marketing investments are of two types: offline promotion and online promotion. The main basic rule that you have to know: if you are not presented offline very well, online will work very poorly. I mean, it will not bring you the expected result. So of course it's very important to be presented offline and to invest in offline promotion. Obviously now people are not in the university, but we already worked a lot on our offline presence, so they know about us. So online promotion now should work, and we focus on online promotion now, of course. But it's not that easy. It's not just one step to give money to your marketing and then it will work and basta, and that's how you do investment. No. First, you have to track your investment. We have the investment tracking tool where we put all the types of investments we did and then how they worked out. So first of all, we measure ROI, return on investment, and how to, your finance also should know how to estimate it. So it's not necessary for you to know the formula, but you should know, if your finance says to you that return on our investment is 15 euros, it means that every euro that you invest in this activity will bring you 15 back, and it's actually very good. Another important index that we use to estimate the efficiency of our investments is operating ratio. So here you should know that the operating ratio usually has the frame from 0.3 to 0.5, and if it's less than 0.3, it means that you don't invest enough in your main product, in your core product, in your exchange. If it's more than 0.5, it means that you invest a lot of money, a lot of resources, but that's not efficient. This doesn't bring you enough money back. Then you have to review your investments and the way you do it, the execution part, of course. So this is about investments and how to do it, how to track them. One thing, please don't afraid to invest, because to invest in ISIC is very, very cheap. Like for example, you can spend maximum 40 euros on flyers, for example, flyer promotion, or 30 euros on online promotion, and then for sure it will bring you at least one approval, that is 300 euros or 400 euros for OGT, and it covers completely all your costs. So it's very cheap to do investments, it's very efficient. Don't be afraid. Don't just keep your money and look at them on the bank account, being afraid to touch. No, money should work. But please invest in a strategic way, not randomly. Be responsible for resources that you have. Two last things. You know that our cash flow has a very peak character because we have peaks and off-peaks. So please make reserves in order not to run out of money while you have the off-peak, but to be able to operate. And the last thing, also how to smooth this peak way of our cash flow. Sometimes when we have off-peak and we need to support our LC with finance, what you can do is you can diversify your revenues. You can apply for grants and different foundations and to get extra money. That's all about cash flow management. Thank you.
Okay, so
Yeah, you're
see, we have a lot of fun in finance area, as you can see.